What's up, man? I'm gonna talk about the Canelo Alvarez versus Kovalev fight, and whether or not Canelo is number one, truly number one, pound for pound. Let's go to the fight. I thought the fight was a pretty decent fight. I thought Kovalev was doing good. I thought he did what I thought he was gonna do. He controlled him with the jab the first 3 rounds, 3 4 rounds. But my problem with Kovalev is he didn't do anything off the jab. He just was content just to fight and just jab. He didn't throw many hooks off the jab, which was there all night because Canelo had the earmuffs up, so the hook off the jab was there. Uppercuts was there, but I said I don't think Kovalev threw a lot of uppercuts, so can't say it was there if that's not what he does. But the hooks off the jab was there. He could have threw some right hands. He didn't throw a lot of right hands, and just Canelo just started throwing power shots. By round 4 and 5, he just started unleashing power shots, and it seemed like Kovalev just was content on keeping his hands mostly at home and just throwing a jab. He did go to Canelo's body a couple times. That was there. He could have went to his body a couple more times. But you got to give congratulations to Canelo Alvarez, one of a share of the title, a share of the belts at 175. You got to give it up to him. I'm gonna give him credit for the win. I thought Kovalev will be able to wear him down with the jab, but I thought Kovalev was going to do more off the jab. You know what I'm saying? Not just jab. He established that Canelo was having a hard time getting past the jab, but he didn't give Canelo anything else to work to worry about. And Canelo just got the timing of the jab down, and he just started throwing hooks off the countering. Canelo was countering Kovalev, off his jab with hooks to the body, hooks to the head, and Kovalev just started mentally folding up. Let's just say that. Now, is Canelo number one pound for pound? I don't know why, I really left Canelo off the pound for pound list, but my thing is this. Canelo I kind of soured on Canelo after that Golovkin first fight, and him testing positive for the meat and all that stuff. That to me, that just tampered with my my thing on having Canelo pound for pound number one. Now, I don't have a list. I just have a person that's pound for pound number one. I liked what Terrence Crawford did, him moving up, winning titles at 130, 135, being undisputed at 140, being the lineal champion at 135. I think he said he was a lineal champion at 135. If I'm not mistaken, he was a lineal champion at 135. And I just like the fact that he was undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And Alexander Usyk was undisputed. He accomplished undisputed because a lot of guys don't clean out divisions. You know what I'm saying? Canelo didn't really clean out divisions. He was just belt hopping. You know what I'm saying? So I had, Terrence Crawford number one pound for pound, which still today I still have Terrence Crawford number one pound for pound. Yes, Canelo did win a title, a title yesterday. It was against a diminished, to me, Sergey Kovalev, who came off a hard fight in his last fight. Now, I did think Kovalev still had something left to where he was going to be very competitive, and I picked him to win the fight. So I still thought he had something left. When he got in the ring, I thought he did good the first 3 or 4 rounds with his jab. I was saying like, man, do something else off the jab, because you already established that he's having a hard time getting past the jab. But if you don't give him nothing else to worry about, and all you're gonna do is throw the jab, eventually he's gonna start timing the jab, which he started doing with hooks to the body, like I said. And yes, you got to give Canelo his credit. Now, it's people saying that Canelo is number one pound for pound. I have no problem with that. I have no problem if you have Canelo number one pound for pound or you have Lomachenko number one pound for pound. I have no problem with that. It's just my opinion that I got Terrence Crawford still number one pound for pound. I just do. What I just stated about, you know what I'm saying, him being... Now, I know Canelo have won a title at 154, 160, and 168, and now 175. So people are going to have him pound for pound number one. Like I said, 60. Like I said, people may not like it. I don't care if you don't like it. The man was caught cheating after he had a draw with Triple G. So to me that taints that win, man. That taints. I don't know what benefits he had from it going into the second fight either, man. I just don't know. It's just so much this and that. When you start getting caught, it's not a rumor that Canelo Alvarez tested positive. It's not something that somebody made up. He was caught. So you can say what you want to say. If you're a Canelo fan, it may hurt your feelings, but the facts are the facts. The man was caught cheating. So him winning that, him doing what he did at 160 as far as beating, because largely he's getting a lot of credit for being really good at 160 because of the Triple G fights. Nothing else but the Triple G fights. So to me, that 160 victory or that 160 accolade that he's getting from the Triple G thing, I can't give it to him. I just can't give it to him. So, but if people want to give it to him, hey, they can give it to him. But like I said, it's not like it's a conspiracy that he was on drugs. It's not like that somebody making something up or it's a rumor. No, he got caught. So when you get caught, man, to me, it's just like your career, man. It's just, I don't look at it the same. Yeah, yes, he beat Kovalev last night. Like I said, that was a good win. I give him credit for it. But I still got Terence Crawford number one. Let me know what y'all think. Who's all up in here? I knew that jab wouldn't be effective. Canelo neutralized heavyweight jabs very well. Crawford had an easy road to undisputed. Now, Aztec, you could say Crawford had an easy route to undisputed. I mean, you can say that. That's what you can say. Then that's your opinion. I respect it. You have to fight whoever's in front of you. And he fought the guys that had the titles. So he fought the guys that had the titles to get the titles. You only can fight the guys that's in front of you. You can't go pick up somebody from 1970 or 1980 or the 90s or the early 2000s who we thought was great light heavyweights and put them in this era and say, okay, Crawford beat them. You only can fight the guys who you fought. He cleaned out the division. That's all I'm saying. He cleaned out the division. At 154, Canelo did not clean out the division. He still had a lot of work at 154. He didn't fight those guys. He went to 160, like I said, the tainted meat. I can't do it. I can't get with that because I know if other fighters got caught doing something, people will come down on them. So I'm coming down on Canelo like I came down on Gerald Miller, like I come down on anybody to get caught. I'm coming down on everybody when they get caught. I'm not discriminating. Nobody gets a pass. Nobody gets this. Nobody gets that. The man was caught cheating, period, point blank. It is nothing. It is no. I'm not giving no special treatment to no one. He got caught, man. I mean, when you get caught, you get caught. He got caught cheating. We all know. The titles did not matter. It's the name. Crawford did not clean out the division. Aztec. When you become undisputed, now I understand what you saying. He didn't fight everybody at 140. He didn't fight everybody at 135. He didn't fight everybody at 130. He fought the guys that mattered. You can't fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, clean out the division. He cleaned out 140 because he was the guy. When you say who's the champion at 140, it's Terence Crawford. It was one face. It wasn't a guy that got the WBC title, the IBF title, the WBO title, the WBA title. That's what I mean by clean out the division. He was the face of 140 pound division. It wasn't nobody else having titles. It wasn't nobody else. People saying, well, he got the IBF. Why you didn't fight him? He got the WBA. Why you didn't fight him? He got the WBO. Why you didn't fight him? No, he fought the guys that had the titles, and he beat them. Look at 140 now. Okay, so who you think at 140 gonna beat Terence Crawford? I know you don't think Josh Taylor or what's his name? Josh Taylor or the kid name from New Orleans. I know you don't think none of those guys gonna beat Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford will beat both of those guys. So You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're saying. I mean, Josh Taylor, pretty decent fighter. Not on the level of Terrence Crawford. Not even close. No, he became undisputed #1 year, 3 fights. He didn't clean. Aztec. I'm not saying he fought everybody at 140, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he was one face, one name at 140 because he got all the titles. He did not, like right now, people will call people champions. Like people like, oh, Canelo Alvarez is a champion because he won 175. It's other guys out there that got belts at 175. He's not a champion, he's a title holder. It's a difference between being a champion and a title holder. People get this whole thing mixed up that if you have a title, oh, you a champion. No, you're not a champion, you're a title holder. There's no champion at welterweight, there's title holders. There's no champion at heavyweight, there's title holders. It's just what it is. There's no champion at 135, 140, 126. They're all title holders. You have to have all the belts to be a champion. Period, point blank. Period, point. I don't care how you get it. I don't care how you go out there and get it. Just go out there. Because Canelo could have been undisputed at 154 if he wanted to be undisputed. Because Canelo can fight whoever he wants to fight. Canelo could have been undisputed at 160 because he can fight whoever he wants to fight. Canelo can line those guys up, all the guys that got titles, and Canelo can fight all those guys and have a chance to be undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the rare guys that can fight anybody who he want to fight, and guys will actually fight him because, one, they're going to make money, and two, it's a legacy fight for them. You know what it is, Aztec. He got all the titles, but he did not clean. Listen, Aztec, I'm not saying he cleaned out the division as far as beating everybody. I'm saying he became one face, one name at a division. And only 2 people in the last 10 years, 10, 15 years, that's been one face and one name is in a division has been Usyk and Terrence Crawford. Nobody else did it. Nobody else did it. Not Mayweather, not Pacquiao, not Keith Thurman, not Earl Spence, not Sean Porter. None of those guys did that. None of those guys had all the titles. That's what I'm saying. Now, Aztec, answer this question. Could Canelo have been undisputed at 154? Couldn't Canelo fought everybody at 154 that he wanted to fight that had titles to be undisputed at 154? Canelo could have did that. He chose not to. I'm not going to give you credit for things that you chose not to do. I'm only going to give you credit for things that you actually did. I'm living in the real world. I can't live in the fantasy world. I only can live in the world that which things actually happened. People want to give people credit for things that didn't actually happen. Or he could have did that. Or he could have did that. Or he dug. I only can go because we can go down a rabbit hole with that. I'm going to go off of what actually happened. Terrence Crawford and Usyk actually became undisputed. Period, point blank. I got Terrence Crawford as pound for pound #1. If you want to have Canelo as pound for pound #1, I totally respect your opinion and respect why you have him there. Because it's a great case to have Canelo #1 pound for pound. It's a really good case of having Lomachenko #1 pound for pound. I have no problem. I have no problem with it. Yeah, I see 140 now. What? I mean, so Josh Taylor and at 140. I believe right now Terrence Crawford can go down to 140 and beat all those guys at 140. Terrence Crawford is probably, I'm gonna say this. Terrence Crawford is probably the most skilled fighter in boxing today because he got it all. Terrence Crawford got movement. He got combination punching. He got power. He has speed. He has defense. Terrence Crawford has a ring IQ. Terrence Crawford has it all. I can't look at Terrence Crawford and say, oh, he can't move well, he's flat-footed, or because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking at that fight yesterday. I thought Canelo had faster feet than Kovalev. It was like Kovalev had faster feet than Canelo, man. There is more credit in moving up than standing. Yeah, listen, Aztec. I'm not saying it's more credit This is what I'm saying. Canelo never cleaned out never became undisputed at any division. What I'm saying is he could have became undisputed at 154 and still moved up. Why he didn't become undisputed at 154 and still moved up? Why people can't chew gum? Why y'all don't think people can chew gum and walk at the same time? Y'all think that a person, when I say be undisputed at a division, y'all mean it to say that I'm saying stay at that division for life. No, I'm not saying that. Terence Crawford was able to be undisputed at 154 and then went up to 147 and got a title right away. So why couldn't Canelo clean out 154 or clean out not clean out, be undisputed at 154 or be undisputed at 160? Like I said, he went up all those divisions and never was undisputed at either division. At least Terence Crawford became undisputed at one division, even though he moved up from 130, 135, 140, 147. So 130, 135, 140, 147. That's 4 divisions. Canelo moved up 4 divisions too, right? 154, 160, 168, 175. So they both moved up 4 divisions. Only one of them was undisputed at one of those divisions. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Canelo is not a great fighter. He's a great fighter. What I'm saying is this. Terence Crawford they both moved up the same amount of weight classes, but one guy was undisputed. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. I got Terence Crawford as number 1 pound for pound. Canelo is a little iffy to me, man. You can't be caught cheating, man, and then expect me to respect the cheating. I can't respect the cheating, man. I can't. If they come out and say Terence Crawford failed a drug test, I'm gonna get on Terence Crawford. That's all. Let me see. L100 said became undisputed in a weight division full of nobodies. Look, listen. Like I just told Aztec, you only fight the guys that you can fight that are in front of you. I'm gonna call you 100. 100. You only can fight the guys that are in front of you. If it was other guys that was in front of Terence Crawford, he would have beat those guys too. He only can fight the guys that are in front of him. You can call them nobodies. But he fought the guys. He became undisputed. He moved up to 147. Let's see Crawford become undisputed. That's what I want to see. Yes, you're right, 100. I want to see if Terence Crawford become undisputed at 147. Yes, you are correct. There are more barriers at 147 than there are 140. I'm not a person that don't know nothing about boxing. I've been watching boxing for a long time, so I know a lot about boxing. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that Terence Crawford fought a lot of great competition at 140. No, he didn't. He fought some good competition at 140. He's fighting. He got a potentially to fight. It's a potential that he could fight better and great competition at 147. You are correct. Crawford chose to be in front. Aztec, come on, man. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. See, I'm not finna go down a rabbit hole. You want to go down a rabbit hole. I'm not gonna go down a rabbit hole because we can always pick apart everybody's career. Everybody's career can be picked apart. Aztec. Everybody's career can be picked apart. Crawford undisputed, Canelo face elite opponents. Canelo has fought better opponents than Terence Crawford. Agreed. I agree with you. 100%. Canelo has fought better competition than Terence Crawford. What I'm saying is this. Terence Crawford went up 4 weight divisions just like Canelo. He stopped off. He was undisputed at 140, went to 147, won a title there. At 154, what did Canelo do at 154? Not a whole lot at 154. At 160, he won a title at 154. At 160, what did he do? His claim to fame at 160 is against who? Triple G. Which the same guy who he got busted after he fought the guy got busted for being on whatever he was on. Whatever he was on, it wasn't legal. So I'm saying that's tainted. The Triple G wins are tainted. Tainted. Do you understand what I'm saying? Tainted. Crawford is more skilled and more proven than Crawford is of course, to me, Crawford is more skilled fighter than Canelo. Canelo is a skilled fighter, but to me, Crawford got more tools in his bag. Just got more tools in his bag, man. The man can switch, and when Terrence Crawford switched, it seemed like he fight better or just as good as he fought when he's orthodox. When he go to southpaw, actually, when he go to southpaw, he got more. To me, he displayed more power in southpaw position. No, I followed Crawford's career from the jump. I knew Crawford had amazing talent, but at the end of the day, he hasn't faced anyone to prove it. Crawford has beaten good fighters. Now, like I said, I'm not saying Crawford beat great fighters. Crawford more or less had more of great performances. He has not beat great fighters per se. Now, he beat Khan. He beat the kid that won a couple gold medals in the Olympics, or won a gold medal in the Olympics, Diaz. People will poo-poo that win, but Diaz is a pretty good fighter. I remember when he fought Postal. I remember when the Postal fight got made. People were saying Postal gonna do this to Crawford. Postal gonna do that to Crawford. I remember people saying that. When he fought Indagwo, people said that Indagwo was gonna beat Crawford. I remember this. Now, see, I'm not a Johnny come lately. I remember when people were saying that these guys was gonna beat Terrence Crawford. I'm not a Johnny come lately. I'm telling you what I heard. When he fought Postal, people said Postal was gonna beat Crawford. There's huge potential in Crawford, but it's not proven yet. I think Crawford proving himself. Now. I don't think Crawford has proven himself enough to be called a great fighter yet. I agree with you on that. I don't think Crawford has proven himself enough to be called a great fighter. He's on the cusp of being a great fighter. I had this conversation with somebody else. Crawford is on the cusp of being a great fighter. Like I said, he has had great performances, but I need to see. I'm like you. I need to see. I want to see a Keith Thurman fight. I want to see an Earl Spence fight. Is Earl Spence healthy? I want to see a Sean Porter fight. I want to see things of that nature. Yes, I want to see those fights. Gamboa was a great winner. Oh yeah, I forgot about Gamboa. Gamboa was undefeated. Postal was overrated. Now ask that. Now if you saying Postal was overrated, now if you one of the people that said he was overrated before the fight started, I respect that. It's a lot of people that saying that Postal is overrated now, after the fact, after Terrence Crawford beat him. But before then, it was a lot of people out there saying he was going to beat Terrence Crawford. Now, if you saying he overrated before the fight, and you still sticking with it now, that I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Let me see, 101, what you saying? 100, Trout, 27 years old in his prime, Trout. Yeah. He did beat. I'm not saying Canelo didn't beat no. Canelo beat a lot of good fighters. Now, it's some questionable decisions in there, like the Lara, the Trout, with the open scoring was kind of the Triple G, both of the Triple G fights. To me, I thought Triple G won both of the fights, but on black and white, Canelo won them, so you got to give him credit. I'm not here to take credit away from I waited until Canelo beat Triple G twice, and well, Canelo didn't beat Triple G twice, did he? Wasn't that first fight a draw? I thought the first Triple G fight was a draw. Was it a draw? Yeah, that first Triple G fight was a draw, right? Well, Aztec, if you saying Crawford exposed Postal, then what you saying is that everybody else that thought Postal was a dangerous fighter for Crawford win, because it took, well, Crawford was the one to expose him. If you saying he had got exposed, it was Terence Crawford that did it. Remember, Danny Garcia didn't want to. Oh, you had the first win, the first fight for Triple G a win. But what I'm saying is, I got cut off. But ain't nobody cheating on use to make. Only decent opponent was Postal. Hey, one on a good win. What about Jeff Horn? Ain't that one a good win? Jeff Horn had just coming off of beating Pacquiao. Now I thought, but on black and white, he beat Pacquiao. And Jeff Horn was undefeated himself.